Subtle skills, big results.
Welcome to the Ninja Selling Podcast.
Hey everyone, it's your good friend Eric Thompson. This is the Ninja Selling Podcast. Thank you so much, as always, for tuning in, for engaging, for listening. This one I'm looking forward to. We have my good friend, the one and only, the amazing Brett Blanchard is here, an incredible ninja from Louisiana. Say hello, Brett.
What's up, y'all? How's it going?
What is up, y'all? I like the little
I
southern
had to throw it in.
that you added. You have to do that. So Brett has been on the podcast before. Brett's been on before with his business partner, Joe Robert. Brett is one of our Ninja coaching clients. So thank you for that, Brett. Brett works with our Ninja coach, Mark Johnson. And we have some new takeaways that we're going to be sharing, some revelations, some elevations, some transformations that have been occurring, and I think everyone's going to get a lot out of this. So let's dive in, Brett. So you were just telling me that so far this year, and we are recording this here in very early August 2025. So far this year, you have closed, and I'll let you share, Brett. You've closed how much in volume so far this year?
We are almost at 13 million.
Almost at 13 million. And you told me, I believe you have another 4 million on your hot list.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So you're having a great year. Last year was 19 million.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing we're going to dive right into, what's really interesting, what's exciting is that not only is it very likely you're going to beat last year, but you are earning more per transaction. So your fee has increased. You told me, and when you gave me the numbers, it boils down to your fee per transaction is 20% higher. So the fee you're earning per transaction is 20% higher than last year. And there's a really simple way that you're making this happen. So tell us your strategy and how you're making this happen.
You literally just ask for it.
You're just asking for it.
You just ask for it. You're worth it. You're already doing the work. Just ask for it. It's there. You will get it. When you show your worth, you will get it, which we already show our worth.
Yeah.
So just ask for it.
So when Brett and I were talking about this before in game planning, I said, so in addition to asking for it, is there anything that you're doing in addition when it comes to articulating your value proposition? Is there anything extra that you're showing to the client to show them all the things that you do? Have you changed that at all? And Brett, your answer was what?
No.
The answer was no.
No. We change our listing and buyer spiel up every now and then when we get tidbits from somewhere like, hey, that didn't work. Well, you should maybe add this to it. But nothing to be like, dang, this is such a game changer from last time. We'll just, like I said, just little tidbits here and there. Yeah, we just started telling our clients that we have to get paid a certain amount, whether we're on the buying or listing side. And if we can't negotiate that in the offer, then we're going to have to find out where the rest of that fee is coming from. And it's happened a few times this year where we didn't get the percentage in the offer and our client had to come up with the rest, and they were all totally fine with it because they saw the value in our work and what we do for them and how much work we do for them. So it's hasn't been an issue so far, knock on wood, wherever that would be.
Yeah. And you told me that this really started with your brokerage. By the way, Brett is with Rev Realtors in Louisiana, a terrific company. So it really started with your brokerage, pushing, maybe more than pushing all of your agents there to do this. But you and Joe, your business partner, you took on the challenge, right? And you said, you know what, we're worth it, right? That was. And tell us more about the mindset you have around the value that you add to a seller.
I think that going into showing them again, and like I'll tell them how much I pay for photos. I'll tell them how much it costs to have a sign installed or taken down if we decide to do that, or what flyers cost. If they want to know, I can break all that down. And we're very transparent about how, like, I work with Joe, we split. So when it comes down to it, it's not the most glamorous number every time, right? But we just our goal is to just get good people in good houses. And set them up for whatever goals they might have with home ownership. So yeah, that's kind of where we show our value in that. So
Yeah, you just believe in your worth.
uh-huh.
You believe that you're worth it, and that's where it starts. Everyone, that's where it starts. Is it's always mindset, then skill set, then action. So, Brett, you have the mindset, I am worth it, and so that's why it's very easy to say to the client what your fee is. It's very easy for you to ask the client to pay your fee, and even when what's being offered on the other side of the transaction is less than that, why the client is still going to be okay with making up
Hmm.
the difference because they see you're worth it, starting with the fact that you see that you're worth it. So I just want that to be an aha to takeaway for everyone. And when you believe in that, it's so easy to convey it. And Brett and I are here to tell you that you are worth it. You're worth it.
You are worth it. I mean, I feel like a makeup commercial when I say that. I don't know, it kind of reminds me of that, but you're worth it. Go get it.
Yeah, you are. Because you are. My goodness, all the value that you bring to the game, you are absolutely worth it. And one thing I've seen with some people, some companies, even after the policy changes around how cooperative compensation is offered, I've
Mhm.
seen some agents, some companies kind of lower the bar for no good reason. Just now, all of a sudden, they're going to lower the amount that they're expecting to earn for no reason, like for no reason at all. And that's a slippery slope to get on. And look, the work that you put into the deal, into the transaction, the value that you bring, all the expertise, the service, the care, that has not changed. So there's no reason to discount your fee 20%. Brett, you've increased your fee to
Mhm.
20%.
And I will, if I can give a shout out to a fellow agent in our office who has been doing this for years. And at first I was like, I don't know if I feel comfortable doing that. And I've told her that before. Elizabeth Charvat is her name. I love her to death. She's been doing it, like I said, for years. And when she first started talking to us about it, I was like, well, it's kind of ballsy a little bit. I don't know. I don't know if I feel comfortable doing that. And then once we started doing it, everything that she said happened to her is happening to us. I have a little bit more, I breathe a little bit more sigh of relief when I see my bank account. I have a little bit more comfort there. And we are, yeah, it just feels good to get paid what we feel like we're worth. So
Absolutely.
props to Elizabeth on that. Although I know I told you so, you would say, I told you so 3 years ago. I get it.
Yeah.
We now see the light.
See the light. Yeah. And I'm guessing the way you're talking about this, Brett, minimal or zero resistance from your
Mm-mm,
clients.
mm-mm. Not, I would say zero. I don't think we've ever had any resistance. They're like, yeah, that makes sense
Yeah.
because they
No,
have jobs and they get paid, right? This is our job. We need to get paid.
yes. Let's be clear and let's make the point for everyone that that's not by accident that they're reacting that way. Two things are happening. One is you do a terrific job of attracting the ideal client.
Hmm.
You attract great people who appreciate you, who value you, who are loyal to you, enjoy working with you, and you do so much to clearly show that you're worth it. Like that, like they get it. So
Hmm.
it's the right person that you've attracted, and you're doing a great job of showing value. So that's why they're on board.
And that's your tribe. And if people are fighting back with you, show them again your worth. And if they really don't think that you're worth it, then maybe that's not your tribe. I don't want to say no to business, but if you're not on the same page with how much you think you're worth versus what they're willing to pay, maybe that's not the best fit.
Might not be the best person. And you and Joe are terrific at that. You are world class at that, and you're so clear about who's in your tribe, who should be in your tribe, and who should not. And you just focus on those.
Yeah, we love our tribe. We attract our tribe by what we do, how we dress, how we act, how we do our business. So it's all encompassing for us.
Yeah. I heard someone the other day say something really profound related to this. He said, price your offering appropriately for who you are for. Right. And so
I like that.
you are perfectly priced for who you're for.
Hmm.
And and you're not perfectly priced for the person who's looking for a discount, for a deal,
Hmm.
for limited service. But that's not it's not who you're for.
No,
So be appropriately priced for who you are for.
agreed. Totally agree.
Really, really good. Okay, that was number one. Number two, by the way, we're going to give you three big takeaways here. That was first. Second,
It's been a busy year for the takeaway.
yeah,
Busy year. So we got three big ones to talk about.
yeah. Second takeaway, Brett, you told me, and I know you told your coach Mark Johnson several months ago that you weren't having fun. You were in a place where you just felt like it wasn't fun. And number one, thank you for being transparent with us. And second, so many ninjas have been there, or maybe they are there. So I want everyone to learn from this. So tell us more about where you were at and what was causing that, the conversations you had with your business partner and also with Mark, your coach. Tell us more.
Yeah. I just got to a place where I just didn't want to. This is my seventh. In September next month will be my seventh year. And this was the first time that I didn't want to get up and go to the office. I'm just like, this is just not fun. Like, what else could I be doing? I mean, nothing else. Why? Like, I need to figure this out. So it took me a while to tell my business partner that I was just like, look, I'm not having fun. This is not it. And I didn't want to scare him to be like, I'm leaving the business. I'm out. Because when you say you're not having fun, that's kind of what it sounds like. Or you might have like one foot out the door kind of thing. So once I told him that, he was kind of shook by it, but we figured it out with our coach, Mark Johnson, who's the best. And we just figured out how to have fun again. And like what was bogging me down, that was it. That was not fun for me. And the biggest thing was, which I don't mind doing admin and paperwork and that kind of like that stuff, but we were so listing heavy in the beginning of the year, and we still kind of are, that getting all the listing paperwork and the prep work and all that stuff ready for all of these listings was just really weighing on me. And I don't want to like complain about the amount of work we had by any means. It wasn't allowing me to go do the fun stuff that I wanted to do. And we have a transaction coordinator, and we talked to them about what it would take for them to help us out with this. And with us getting a higher fee in our commissions allowed us to get them to do our listing intake and all the things that I didn't want to have to deal with. That was not really, producing more business. It was just doing the admin stuff. So they took that over, and for money that I don't even realize is coming out of the commission check at the end to go to them for that, it is worth every penny, and I'm having fun again. So if you're in that situation, I can't stress enough to just say something. When people say, if you see something, say something. No, if you feel something, say something too. Let somebody know, your business partner, your coach, or just another agent at the office.
Or your owner, your brokerage owner, your manager.
Anybody. And somebody will always have some kind of insight or tidbit or something, some kind of knowledge for you, I would hope. And if not, go to somebody else, because once again, they're not your people. So that's what I did. And once we started having them do the listing input, it's been a dream ever since. And now I'm able to like stay in flow with people and do more things that way and do social media and that kind of the stuff that's fun, that produces more business, while they're just in the background doing our listing prep. And of course, when we close, they now do the postcards. They just sold postcards, like all that stuff that I was lagging behind because I just didn't want to do them because they weren't fun for me. They're now taken care of. And I'll reiterate, getting the higher fee on the commission is helping pay for that. And it's such a minimal fee at that point that it's worth every penny.
Worth every penny. So really, it's not costing you any money because you're earning more per transaction anyway. And it's pennies compared to what it's turned into. It's
for sure.
It's a massive return.
For sure.
And look, all you ninjas, you know about pie time. And an easy way to talk about that and think about that is just think about the highest and best use of you.
Mm-hmm.
And typically the highest and best use of you is would also be the things that you enjoy the most. And what most ninjas really enjoy is being in flow, connecting with people, building relationship, giving value, having great forward conversations. Right. That's what we're all really good at. And that's the highest and best use of us because it attracts business. Typically, what's not the highest and best use of us would be all those e-time things like listing input. And Brett, gosh, what an amazing win that is for such a little thing was causing a lot of pain for you. I mean, a little thing was making you feel like I'm not having fun. That's a problem, right? When someone like you, your calibers, is not having fun.
Yeah.
But we found this easy win with just someone else taking responsibility for listing input, just unlocked fun for you.
It was a big win of the year in early spring. I'll say
Yeah. 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 So you say to Mark, I'm not having fun. Say to your business partner, Joe, I'm not having fun.
that.
Tell me more about that. Let's look into that. What specifically is it? So all those kind of questions you can ask yourself, ninjas, if you find yourself in that position. I'm not having fun. Sometimes that can feel daunting and overwhelming. Do your best to get it specific. Think more about that. What specifically is making you not have fun, and who would have a great solution to that?
Yeah, like I didn't do this, but you could always just make a list. Your like number one least favorite thing to do. And just make a list. Hopefully it's not a long list, but list things you don't like doing and see if you can find somebody to do them for you at minimal cost.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you have more time without doing that, because it would take me, altogether a full day getting stuff figured out, filled out, submitted, made sure they're agreed, all these things that is like a full day total that I could have been doing something way more productive than that. So yeah, make you a list and then just see who can do it for you.
Yeah. And all the things on that list are not worth what you are worth per hour. Brett, you are worth many, many hundreds of dollars per hour, many, many, many hundreds of dollars per hour. And now you're paying someone a tiny fraction of that so that you can do the things that are worth many, many, many hundreds of dollars per hour.
Exactly.
You told me that your coach, Mark Johnson, poked the bear when it came to this. How was he doing that?
Well, he always okay, I'm a big Project Runway fan. I'll just say that for anybody else that watches that show. And Christian Siriano is the mentor when he walks around the room and doesn't say what to do or what not to do with their outfit. He just is always like, maybe you should try that, or maybe you should cut that, or maybe that's too long. That's what Mark Johnson does to us. He's like, well, you shouldn't. He never says you do this or don't do that. He's like, maybe think about this, and drops a seed. And then
Yeah.
after our call, we're like, oh, we always get one or two ahas from our coaching calls with him. And they're just little seeds that he likes to drop in there to think about this, or what about this? And then he lets us think about it and kind of come up with the way that we could do it the best, instead of him telling us you should do it this way. He gives us a little tidbit of an idea and lets us just run with it. So where he was essentially, what don't you like doing and what takes you the most time? And I was like, all this listing stuff. And he's like, well, maybe somebody else could do that for you. And he just kind of boom, dropped it and was out kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then we figured it out.
In coaching, we take the belief that it matters who says it. And so it's always better when the coaching client comes up with their own solution, and because it matters who says it.
So yeah, that's his bear poking style.
Right?
Is some seed dropping. So
yeah. Awesome. Great. Okay. That was second. I think we're doing great so far, Brett. Two big ways we've added value, two big ahas. Number three is going to be about, the theme of this, guys, is how to change up how to be in flow when that's something that you need to do. There are things that often happen in our life that changes how we're in flow. And Brett's going to walk you through his example, what's been going on with him and his solution to that. And another example that comes up for me in this theme is when a ninja has children, school-age children, that can drive a lot of flow. It's sports and activities and birthday parties, right on and on, where it's getting you in flow with other parents. But then all at once, the kids fly the nest and the kids aren't around anymore. That changes up how a ninja needs to be in flow. And so tell us what's been happening with you, and how you have learned how to be in flow in new ways.
I'll just start from the beginning of where things changed and how I didn't know they were going to eventually change the way I did business. But most years I give up alcohol for Lent. because after Mardi Gras down here, you've eaten like a raccoon for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and your body just needs a full reset. And so I normally give it up for Lent. And last year, after I did it, this was 2024, I just loved never waking up with a hangover. So I just kept going and I haven't drank since. So I wasn't going out as much and I haven't been going out as much. Talk about saving money if you're interested in doing that. But I would get a lot of business from going out because people would see me at the bars or wherever I was and they'd be like, oh, I need to sell my house or I'm ready to buy my first house. And it would just naturally happen. I never would walk in waving a realtor flag, right? So that kind of halted when I realized that I love to stay home and do things at the house. And also I found a huge love for, because like when I gave up the alcohol, I also joined a new gym and I started eating in certain ways. And so that caused my routine of grocery shopping differently, which I'm obsessed with grocery shopping and anything in that realm. So now I have a routine of going to the farmer's market every Sunday morning. I go to Costco right after, and then I go meal prep. And I sometimes put it on my Instagram, which causes more conversation. But I also sometimes wear my real estate hat to the farmer's market and to Costco so that people, like I see the same card reader guy every Sunday morning at Costco. His name is Joe, just like my business partner. So I see him every Sunday morning. He'll see my real estate hat. I talk to people in lines at the farmer's market all the time. If I have my hat on, they'll sometimes ask me about that. And I see them not every week, but every other week. I'll see them around. So I kind of have this like crew at the farmer's market that knows what I do. And I never talk about real estate. I just talk about, oh, where you get that melon from? Is that from over there? Or where'd you get that squash? Is that down over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Where's that?
Version of an occupation question.
Yeah.
At the farmer's market. When you're saying hat, and just in case people are wondering, Brett wears a
literal hat,
a Rev real estate baseball hat. So that's what he means. So yeah.
Circling back to Joe and I finding our tribe, we wear shorts, polos, and a hat 90% of the time because it's too dang hot. Yeah, it's too dang hot to wear pants here most of the year, and we just wear shorts. And if you want a realtor that wears pants, we're maybe not the one. We just wear shorts. So I have that kind of crew going, and then I've just found a flow in a totally different direction. Like you mentioned like families that their kids have flown the nest, maybe like changing your routine up and starting something fun, like join how do you say, is it Mahjong? I don't know how you spell that, how you say that name, Mahjong game. Like crews are doing that now. And like do something fun, like go find your fun. Because that's what I had to do when I didn't like the listing. I went and found my fun. Now my routine is different and I found more fun in doing those things like farmer's market, Costco. I go to the new gym. So I have a whole new crew of people at this new gym that also know I'm a realtor. I mean, there's also other realtors at the gym. So I'm not expecting everybody there to use me, but it wouldn't be the worst thing if, I got 1 or 2 notes of business from there. So when your routine changes and like your life changes, your flow kind of naturally has to change, is how I kind of looked at it, which I didn't expect that to happen when I changed my lifestyle. I really didn't. And it just did it. You just figure it out and you just start doing things you like. And the business comes from seeing those people while you're doing something you like.
Yes. Some takeaways coming up for me. One is there are always opportunities to be in flow, even when something changes in your life. I think another example might be if your spouse or partner has a job change, because that can create flow for a lot of people that puts you in certain groups and situations all at once that changes. What do I do? We'll look for natural, authentic ways to be in flow in new ways, just like you did, Brett. So you said, okay, I'm not at bars anymore, but I'm at the farmer's market and I'm going to proactively engage with people, ask forward questions at Costco, et cetera. So it makes me think about our saying that we've been saying a lot lately. There's always a market. And there's always flow, right? There's always the opportunity for flow. And what's key is to do it authentically. And you are doing it authentically because you enjoy the farmer's market. So go find the thing that you enjoy, get yourself in those situations and get in flow. And I would guess, Brett, it's opened up like a whole new group of people for you. You may see some of the same people that you were seeing at the bars, but now you have all these new people that are getting added to your flow, added to your database.
Yeah, for sure. And just like an interesting story that happened at the farmer's market a couple weeks ago is I had my Trader Joe's grocery bag that I use every week. And the lady behind me commented on it's like the best bag from Trader Joe's. And if you go to Trader Joe's and you can get the wax canvas brown paper bag, go buy it. It's the best grocery bag you'll have. It looks like a brown paper bag, but it's waxed so it doesn't tear. And so I use it every week. And the lady behind me said, "That's the best bag we have." And I said, "We?" And she was like, "Yeah, we just moved here. We're opening up the new Trader Joe's down the street. And like, we just moved here last week." And I was like, "Oh, well, that's fun. I love Trader Joe's and I love helping people in their new places." So we started a conversation. I just kind of mentioned that I was a realtor. It naturally came up. And I've seen them once since then. Nothing has happened yet, but that was just like another flow of like, I might have been the first realtor they met since they moved here. I'm not sure yet, but I'm here to find out. And hopefully I can help them in the future and any of their employees that they might need help with, but who knows? So like
Yeah.
random things like that have been happening.
Yeah. I love it. Well, you're so good at opening yourself up to opportunity and possibility, and you're so good at paying attention. So you don't go to the farmer's market on accident. You show up. You show up. You're present. You're aware of situations, of conversation. You engage yourself, and it works. It works. And Brett, what a great story! You figured out a whole new way to be in flow.
Yeah. You just gotta find what you have fun doing, and you'll meet plenty enough people doing that. Unless your fun way is sitting by yourself in a room playing solitaire by yourself. But other than that,
Probably not.
Yeah.
If they're listening to this podcast, probably not.
Probably not. So yeah, you'll find it somewhere somehow, I bet.
Yeah. What I enjoy about everything you shared today, Brett, is that it's these are things that anyone can do. Anyone could ask for what they're worth. Anyone could just notice where are some places maybe where you're not having fun, where there's opportunity to have someone else take on that task so that you can have more fun, so that you can be in a position to do more things that you're really good at. And then third, we can all find new ways to be in flow.
100%.
So, yeah, it's great. Brett, any advice that you want to pass on to the ninjas? Anything else that comes up for you? Any words of wisdom? Any encouragement, inspiration? Any thoughts you want to share before we wrap up?
Okay, yes, they are all cheesy. They're just reminders that everybody needs to hear every now and then to just still be yourself, because it doesn't. Nobody cares. Just be yourself. Nobody really actually cares. So just do what you want to do when you want to do it. Be yourself and be open to meeting new people, and you'll be fine.
And you'll be fine. Be yourself.
Be fine. Yeah.
Be open to new. It's all going to work out.
Just have the mindset that nobody else cares. Always helps. Always helps me. They don't care. Just do it.
I love that. Okay. It's Brett Blanchard, everyone, with Rev Real Estate in Louisiana, REVE. If you want to look him up to send him a thank you, track down his address, send him a handwritten note to thank him. Brett, thank you so much for everything you shared today.
Anytime. Yeah. Or just call me, send me a message on Instagram, whatever. I love to talk to people, obviously. So just any way of communication, I'm down.
Yeah. Terrific. That's great. Brett, you're an amazing ninja. Thank you for everything you do for the Ninja Nation, how you carry the flag, how you, you're so good at building relationships and taking care of people. So you took care of us today. We appreciate that.
Anytime. Loved it.
Great. Everyone, thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for engaging with this episode. We look forward to seeing you on the next podcast. Take care.
If you enjoyed this episode, visit us at theninjasellingpodcast.com to learn more about ninja selling classes and coaching to get you started or further your journey on the ninja path.
Thank you for joining us. Now go have an incredible day.